On Tuesday morning, Texas senators serving as jurors in this trial considered multiple motions by Ken Paxton's team to dismiss the articles of impeachment against him. They picked up a handful of votes in his favor, but couldn't get the 16 needed.
Motion is denied.
So the trial continued. Paxton's attorney, Tony Buzbee, spoke for Paxton and pleaded not guilty to all 16 counts of impeachment.
Attorney General Ken Paxton is innocent and therefore pleads not guilty.
After the lunch break, Paxton didn't return to the courtroom.
I want the record to reflect that the Attorney General apparently is not here. Maybe he's coming at some time today, but I think if we're going to talk about this analogously being a criminal case, that the defendant ought to be ordered to appear throughout this, just as everyone else.
Lieutenant Dan Patrick ruled he didn't have to, and opening statements began with House prosecutors.
The allegations in the articles reveal that the state's top lawyer engaged in conduct designed to advance the economic interests and legal positions of a friend and donor to the detriment of innocent Texans.
Paxton is accused of misuse of office. The articles of impeachment include claims that he helped a political donor get information on an FBI investigation, as well as receiving political favors, which included help concealing an extramarital affair.
This whole case is a whole lot of nothing. This impeachment was the perfect marriage of a group of representatives fueled by a powerful lobbyist and led by a drunken speaker seeking political vengeance. It was also a result of a group of uninformed civil litigants and their attorneys who are motivated by money.
Paxton's attorney questions if he'll have a fair trial and claimed some may have already made up their minds based on what is politically useful.
So the question is, will you decide based only on the evidence? Because that's your oath. That's what you swore to do, no matter the consequences.
The first witness to take the stand was Paxton's former first assistant, Jeff Mateer. He signed a letter to Paxton back in 2020 informing him he had reported suspected illegal activity to law enforcement. Mateer says unusual operations began when Paxton started investigating the charitable trust Mitty Foundation.
It had to involve Nate Paul. I mean, just that the Attorney General being involved in matters like the Mitty Foundation, things, again, that were not significant litigation matters at the Office of Attorney General.
He testified he was becoming concerned about Paxton's relationship with Austin developer Nate Paul.
I urged him not to have any further dealings with Nate Paul, to let the lawyers, the professionals in the Office of Attorney General, handle these matters as they saw fit.
But Mateer says communication continued. During testimony, the defense had many objections over evidence being admitted into court, claiming the documents introduced violated attorney-client privilege communications. The debate wasn't resolved, and the trial ended for the day.